Are you overworked, overstressed, overly anxious? Does your voice come across too quietly? Or do you speak too fast? Or do you speak too loud all the time and you're really loud and you're... All of these things are changeable. You could actually take some time for yourself right now to change that pattern in your life. And in this video, I'm going to show you just how to do that so you can be on your own team, show up for yourself, and be the best you possible. Let's get started. The other day, a client came to me, and this person is just starting off their career. Graduate school, an internship, a big career ahead of them. Smart, well-educated, hardworking. But when it comes to the voice, when it comes to the speech, when it comes to communication, posture-wise, that person hunches over. Voice-wise, that person speaks too quietly. Articulation-wise, they're mumbly when they speak. All of the tools, all of their experience, all of their expertise are going to be shortchanged so big, in such a big way, by their lack of being able to communicate powerfully. So with this person, we started to do some exercises. We talked about their lifestyle, what they do. And boy, they are a hard worker. School, work, friends, family. I continued to ask them questions, and I said, what do you do for yourself? The answer was not much. All those things that that person did, wonderful. But they didn't take time for themselves. You might have read recently about millennials. Millennials, they get a bad rap sometimes, but they can also be the most overworked, overstressed people in this country of ours, in this world. People of all ages can fall prey to that. I see more and more young people come to me who can't speak very well, who have speech problems. A lot of that is because they're on their device all the time. They're not using these muscle skills. So what I want to talk to you about is what you can do to start to be on your own side. In order for you to make any change in your life, any kind of positive change, you need to be an advocate for yourself. I spoke to you about this in getting to sleep and waking up without, pushing that time limit later on at nighttime or without sleeping in all day. It's time to be your best advocate, to negotiate for your wants, for your needs, for your goals. So, in order to do that, it's time to set up a sacred space. When I say a sacred space, that can be a place, a time, or an action. Set up a sacred space. Perhaps it's going out into nature and just taking a walk, taking a hike, just being in nature. Perhaps it's doing yoga. Perhaps it's meditating in the same place or in a different place in a sacred spot. Perhaps you go to a synagogue or a church or an ashram or a temple, anywhere. Perhaps it's just in your bedroom. But find a time to start taking time for yourself. And when I say that, I don't mean, one more great video, one more great episode of my favorite series, one more crossword. No, it's time to detach from all of those electronic devices. It's time to detach from all of our crazy thoughts. It's time to detach from all that pressure we put on ourselves. As you know, sometimes you can speak to yourself in a way that you think, I would never say this to my best friend. I would never be this critical or this harsh on my best friend. And yet we can do that to ourselves. That's why it's important to find a space that's sacred to you. That means that it's quiet, or perhaps it's for you, it's a place where you can listen to music, or it's a place where you can just focus on your breath. You can be at the ocean swimming. You can be taking a run. Something that's just time for yourself to unwind to unwind from this thought process. Because if you're not taking time for yourself, if you're not creating a life that is showing up for yourself, it will show up in the way you come across. It could be because you're not making much of a physical impression in your interactions. You're kind of a little bit wary. It could be in your eyes. It could be in the way you hold yourself. It can show up in your speech. You kind of talk fast. It could be just in your tone because you're not really getting enough rest. You're not getting enough nutrition. You're not taking enough time for yourself to rejuvenate, restore yourself. And that can come across simply in your tone. Somebody can hear it in your voice. It can come across in your eyes. All of these are the way that we communicate. And as a voice and speech coach, I want you to communicate in the way that best communicates who you are, what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you want to communicate, what it is that your intention is. It's so easy to go through life one thing after another, or think, I'm relaxing, but I'm going to watch another show. I'm relaxing, but I'm going to go on Facebook. I'm relaxing. Our mind doesn't have a chance to actually take a break. And remember, all of the voice and speech practice that you do, that we do, all of these exercises, whether it's singing or dialect work, all of these things, the first step is mental. You've got to show up on your own side. Again, I could do all the exercises in the world. I could do yoga. I could meditate. I could take long hikes. But if I don't make the decision to incorporate that all into the way that I proceed in this world, I will speak the way that I was when I was a little kid. I spoke too fast. I always spoke too fast. I mumbled. But now I make my career teaching voice and speech, helping other people find their best voice. It is the most fulfilling job I could possibly have because I know how it was and I know how I am and I know how I can help people, and I've watched people go from A to Z and arrive at this level of being confident, comfortable, charming. An important part of that equation is showing up for yourself, taking time for yourself. So create a sacred space today. What is that? Maybe it's something you're already doing and maybe you just do it once in a while. Make it a daily practice or make it a weekly practice. Do something for yourself where it's just you. Maybe it's a hot bath. Maybe it's just lying down and letting your body relax. And not just sleeping, but maybe just taking a little lie down during the daytime. Whatever that sacred space is for you, do it today. Start to see what else comes to you in the universe of other ideas that might get you to relax and rejuvenate and restore. And notice how it affects not only the way you think and the way that you feel, but the way that you communicate with other people. Clearly, directly, distinctly, with confidence, with charm, and making yourself be the best speaker that you can be. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.